Hello everybody and welcome back to G for G, Games for Gamers. Today we're taking a look at the current the happenings on June 11th of Marvel Avengers Alliance. And man, was there a lot to take a look at today. So let's jump right in and take a look at the news. There are new items in the store. Well, we know about Flaming Pulse Webbreaker, we know about the Armory of Attilan. Nothing that new down here except for these suits, which honestly, I don't care if these were 1 gold a piece, like, why bother? Well, I mean, I can't believe these cost gold. If you were like a brand new player and you were starting today, these are decent, but no bonuses. I just seem like a complete waste. And why 24 on some of them and 22 on others? White Crown, Phoenix, Blasters being pitched, and Tactician, Modern Doctor Strange. But one of the big items here, new weapons in the store, so let's take a look at them and see if any are worth a purchase. After I went through and looked at them the first time, I'm going to say 4.5 to 5 of the 10 could be worth a purchase. So, Cat's Claws, they're starting off strong. This one's not too bad. Decent PvP bonus if you were that kind of person to slot it. Follow-up attack, which is good for Union Jack, Rocket Raccoon. Cat's Claw counterattack. Chance to counter single target attacks with hemorrhaging. And, of course, obviously everything triggers at once when you hemorrhage. You have a shred and you have a bleed. So this does it all. It does shred, which is people immune to bleeds. It does bleeding, and it can hemorrhage them on the counter. And it has a chance to follow up. The top end damage is a little low at what it is, but it's 2 hits, so don't be fooled. It's melee slashing. This one, I would say yes, worth a purchase, especially if you have bleeder groups, counter groups, follow-up groups, the like. ISO-loaded scattergun, chaos shot. All enemies, a 1 round cooldown, so it can only be used once in a round. And, has chaos shot, bleeding, burning, chill, dark void. Honestly, farm the chaos shot SMG. It's free, the only thing it's going to take is time. For 52 gold, really farm the chaos shot SMG. At least you can exploit it. Yes, this hits all enemies, but I think it's too expensive for it. I think there's better purchases. So we are 1 for 2. Inhibitor dart gun, counterattack, customized biofeedback, inhibitor dart toxin, weak mind. Now, initially I thought this was not worth a purchase, especially for 52. Later on, we're going to see a whole lot of psychic items. And Shanna, who's half in, half out of the game at the moment, works off of poisons. Biofeedback, it might pair well with her. However, again, 1 round cooldown, so tactician suits are not going to help you fire this twice in a round. Crappy bonus, the ISO scattergun's got a decent defense, but crappy bonus. Reduced damage on the next 2 attacks, not bad. Could maybe shut down a Quicksilver. Weak mind. So it's still a no, but you can make a case for it if you're running some psychic groups. Hex Wand. This one has a solid history behind it, and as you can see, it's one of the highest items now. Reality Warping. I've heard that the Reality Warping, at least on the wiki was mentioned, it was applying to the team. Not too sure about that. The top end damage is decent. The PvP bonuses are decent. It's subtle. Probability field creates random buffs on the agent and random debuffs on the enemy. It has no cooldown, so the tactician suit is good with this item. You can hit 2 people if you're running the suit or the tankard, and that's pretty nice. If maybe you have like a rising up kind of bonus going on for your agent, some weapon that like a finest hour kind of deal, this might be nice. As you can see, it is one of the more expensive items, but so far I would say we're 2 for 4. Throw out the web breaker, has nothing to do with the new items. Iron Star. Exploits bleeds, guaranteed hit, except reality hacking. Hemorrhaging attack, ravaged, tenderized. Good if you got some bleeder groups going on because it hits all enemies. 100% hit chance, it's nice. It exploits the bleeds and does hemorrhaging. But the top end damage is really low. No cooldown, which is solid. Ravage, this is really, really good if you're running heavy bleeder groups. Maybe something with anti-venom, your Wolverines, your X-23s, you know, maybe Pestilence Beast, X-23, and this. Solid, maybe solid, Devourer. So, you know, there's some interesting pairings. I'd still say a no on this one. Taste of Thunder. Low top end damage. Only one enemy. No cooldown. Not tech. Not magic. So won't fall in any categories there. Crappy PvP bonus. Decent price. Should be a little bit lower. 60% chance of the stun, and it ignores defense, and it penetrates shield statuses. This is really only useful for the stun. If you ran this on defense and forced your agent into spamming this through quick actions, maybe not horrible, but another pass. Enchanted Crowbar. One of the few items on this list you still see in PvP today. It has some use. Enchanted Crowbar counterattack, chance to counter single target attacks on the team. Chance to perform a counterattack, customized dizzy, exposed, and slowed. Not bad. And Playdom knows this, so they're going to get you with the 52 gold price. Lowish top end damage, does one enemy, no cooldown, crappy PvP bonus. This one you could probably consider a purchase. This one's not too bad. And it's good for like Union Jack, Rocket Raccoon groups. This one's still alive today, a little bit. These guys, you just really don't. I haven't seen Taste of Thunder in years, and I don't think I've ever seen Iron Star, honestly. Target Pistol. Low top end damage, crappy bonuses, no cooldown, ISO corruption, like Pestilence, to a degree. All stats reduced, can be applied up to 3 times. Target focus, but it's not a quick action. It's not subtle. If you can't get a laser pistol or, you know, the target guns or any of those any other way, this isn't horrible, but it's not a quick action. It can be tanked. It's not subtle. It's not stealthy. You have to be super desperate to really want to snag this item. If you were running Pestilence Beast and you can seal in some debuffs, you know, you can hit somebody twice with this or 2 different people with it, you know, with the tactician bonuses. Not hard, but probably not really a purchase. The Toolbox. Tool bag is what it should be. All enemies, ranged gun and tech. There's tech. Mystic can shut it down. No cooldown. Crappy PvP bonuses, ignores defenses and shields, dizzy and exposed. Low price cost, but honestly, it's a pass. Unless you had an exploit dizzy, exploit exposed, pass. Crystal Shiv. I could swear this was available for a little while on some of the rifts and everything like that, but I might just be thinking of Spirit Edge. Not horrible. Chance to counter all attacks, and it applies pressure points on it. It's sort of like Fandral and a Dagger. If you have pressure point exploiters, this isn't too bad. Good if you're running Rocket Raccoon. He'll jump in on this. Union Jack, those kinds of guys. This isn't horrible. Low top end damage, but the fact that it can do pressure points and does a lot of counters, this isn't too bad. Not really go run out and break the bank for it, but not too bad. There's Flaming Post, we have to skip that. And now we come to the end of the group. Transcranial Stimulator. Psychic energy attack, stimulated mind, counters attacks from any enemy attacking any ally with a psychic attack. Okay, your Phoenixes, your Psylocks, your Emmas, people like that. Somewhat better top-end damage than we've seen. One enemy, no cooldown, but it's tech, and it gives you mental resilience. You have a chance to block the psychic attack and take less damage from the psychic attack. If you had some crazy meta, or potentially the quick lock groups, you were just seeing too many of those, yeah, this might not be horrible, because you'd be countering it, and you have a chance to block it, and if you don't block it, you're taking less damage. It's not horrible. The price point's not too bad. Witch Hunter looks like the Hexenjäger, Jägermeister. All enemies, no cooldown, so you can fire it twice. Ranged gun, no tech, removes buffs. This one, for the price point and its ability, not the damage, and the no cooldown, this one I would declare it's worth a purchase. You can run the cube, the scroll, and this, and for 3 rounds just wipe buffs off the board. Your Heimdall groups, your Rising Ups, your Finest Hours, your Sandmans potentially with his grit, maybe Deadpool with his buffs and everything. I don't remember if his like Imba and OP can be removed. If you somehow got this off of Fandral, you could wipe out his on guard, but he'd likely depower you in the process, so it wouldn't work. But this isn't too bad. With Anti-Venom and the fact that he removes buffs and everything like that, and you had this, you could possibly, if you ran this on defense, make somebody attacking your team want to throw their keyboard out the window. You could potentially ruin a lot of setups with it. It's cheap. It's not horrible. It could be really worth a purchase. Rocket Pistol has a nice history. People used to speak very highly of this gun. Nice top-end damage, one of the highest we've seen. One enemy, explosion gun ranged, no tech, so no mystic. Splash damage, bleeding, and burning. So it's sort of like Iron Man's alt suit, the missile attack that he does, that does bleeding and burning. And it's got some decent damage to it, and it can't be shut down by the Mystic. This one's worth a purchase, and they know it, so they're going to get you with 44. Traumatic Post. Flaming Post's original cousin. Miserable, miserable top-end damage. Miserable PvP bonuses. Counterattacks, chance to counter single target attacks. It's a psychic weapon, and it does mental anguish. However, it's 52 gold. This can play well with some other items, including, you know, what we saw earlier in the video, the staff that does weak mind. Maybe run this on defense with quick lock groups, and if weak mind is going out, or that ice, you can, you know, ISO Emma that way, that you can spam her AoE and put weak mind out. Traumatic Post is a lot like the custom only for killing. Mental Anguish, Psychic Tap, they're all like check in chess. They force the enemy player, if it's not AI, to either take the heavy damage or rest. Either way, you've created a little bit of a turn advantage there. You've either chunked them heavily, where defenses and none of that come into play, or you've forced them to rest, missing a turn. You make somebody rest on a turn, and, you know, they may as well be stunned, really. Rescue is one of the few where the AI will really rest rather consistently, but Mental Anguish, everybody else just tends to plow ahead and take it. So, of the 10 items, because it's 4 pages, well, actually it's more than 10, I take that back, but we have to throw out the Flaming Post and the Web Breaker. So, of the 16 minus 2, of the 14 or so items, there's maybe 5 that's worth a purchase. You could pair the Inhibitor Dart Gun with something, lead with the Dart Gun, and then, you know, follow up with Traumatic Post, and or you know, things of that, like transcranial stimulator, psychic and energy, you know, would do more damage. Um, I wouldn't necessarily say you should run out and get all of these or any of these, but you can definitely make cases for quite a few, like rocket pistol, like the witch hunter, which could be a grand annoyance, traumatic post, toolbox target pistol, not really, crystal shiv, yeah, a little bit. Enchanted crowbar, a little bit. Taste of thunder, not really. Iron star, not really. But you can make a group around it. Hex wand, one of the better choices. These two, inhibitor dart gun, ISO loaded scatter gun, maybe not. Cat's claws are decent. Now the inhibitor dart gun, poison. Keep that in mind for Shanna that's coming, because if you look at Shanna over here, she's locked. You have to do her covert tasks, which are not available for everybody. Reduces incoming damage from poison attackers by 20%. She performs a follow-up attack on any single target attacks against poisoned targets. Now, I think that means everybody on your team. So poison could be playing really heavily in terms of Shanna. Her abilities: Spear Vault, Winded, Hobbled, Cornered. Unarmed melee, no cooldown. Savage Toxins is a multi-function, poisoned and neutralized. She gets Tiger's Fury, we've seen that, that's Tigra. Pinning Prick, poisoned, staggered, nimble. All these have a 1 round. Damage does change a little bit. This one's a little bit more damage, but it's 3 hits, 3 hits. Serpent Strike, poisoned again, off balance, and Berserker. Now, if this is like Sif's Berserker, she could be jumping in quite a lot. And these all do poison, so she doesn't do it in her level 1, she does it in her level 2. You just got to get her to level 2 to get her swerve on. Nature's Bounty removes debuffs from your target, and she gains 2 actions after a full round. Wow, turns her into Omega and Quicksilver after using this. 3-round cooldown, looks like a sizable heal. You can't quick action it because she's not a tactician, but nice to see another spot healer hanging around in the game. Off the Vine, stealthy, 1-round cooldown, flanked and disoriented. So she's an infiltrator, she suffers that weakness, but she might be relatively durable. Her health is low. Her stamina seems nice. Defense is trash, but her evasion starts off pretty good. So there's a look at Shanna. Now I want you to see something. Well, we got to take a look at the research over here. In the simulator, there's Shanna training. Defeat low-level thugs. Security clearance Shanna training ground. We don't have this yet. Now, I noticed an incredible looking bug under research. Be prepared to have your mind blown. Primitive Spear. Low PvP bonus, savage strength, accuracy, and attack increased by 10%. Doesn't say that it stacks, it's passive. Customized. Poison samples. Look at this savage spear. They're gonna fix this. 7814250 bonus for both items? Holy cow! I mean, can you even make an armory that adds up to this? This has got to be a bug. I just want this recorded on video so everybody sees this. I mean, good God, a 7 million bonus? Almost 8 million bonus to 2 stats in 1 item? Move that aside, it's a really good looking item. Hit points, defense, attack, and accuracy increased by 10%. It's like Mark of the Wild from World of Warcraft. And it's a multi-function. wow, this could potentially be ridiculous. I'm sure the PvP bonus is going to be fixed. I'm not going to sit here and say everybody's going to slot this in their armory and everybody's going to win the next PvP season, but just let that fester in your neural brains for a little while. Uh, wow, just ridiculous. And this looks like the combat serum, so yeah, there we go. There's the haps right now on June the 11th here at Marvel Avengers Alliance. We still got 4 days left on the Spec Ops. No word yet on PvP. Thank God. I kind of don't like fast PvP seasons just because PvP can be frustrating even if you win. This is not going to be my attacking team. It's just a holdover from one of my previous videos here. And obviously I can't get the timer on the next PvP because I got Rocket Raccoon from the debacle for free. So, yeah, there you go. There's what we've got right now. New items in the store. A little bit of stuff for Shanna the She-Devil. And we've got some new simulator stuff. Playdom said, hey, simulator's going to factor into some future things, and it didn't take them too long. And let's look at that again. 7.8 million, almost 8 million offense and defense bonuses. That spear, I mean, everything by 10%. My God, imagine what you could stack somebody's attack to. Bashenga's blade and this, and is it for your team? Is it just for the agent? Wow, really, really fancy stuff over there. Primitive spear, you know, attack and accuracy, no cooldown. You know, could really buff yourself with the Bashenga's blade over there, especially the tactician one. You know, Bashenga's blade goes, and you know maybe we can use this, and can't be removed. But man, oh man, just let that fester in your thinking caps for a while. So, hope you enjoyed this video here on Marvel Avengers Alliance and the new items in the store. Shanna the She-Devil, covert tasks, all that kind of stuff. Stay tuned, folks. We'll see if we can get some videos on her. Some people have said it took them 3 hours, and they have her already. I don't know. We'll see. Take care.